What's up, everybody? It's your boy SCraftBlendz back again with another barber tutorial. As you can see, the clock said 3:20 and then it hit 3:21 and I began to do a number 2 on the top of Manny, which is God Bless My Hands TV on Instagram, or God Bless My Hands on YouTube. Credible barber, you need to check him out. So basically the whole purpose of this video is because you've heard several times myself and Bossio mention in a 30-minute appointment slot, you have 20 minutes. What we like to do is take 20 minutes and knock out the bulk of the haircut and then take the last 10 minutes to come in and do detail work. So today I'm not going to show you the detail work that I took, but altogether this haircut took 25 minutes, and that is straight razor, that's color enhancement, that's the blend, detailing, and everything. And that's even with me working on the camera. Now you will see different times in this video where the camera gets blurry, because I'm trying to show you what this process looks like without me messing with the camera the whole time and all that good stuff. I do block off a little extra time to do a haircut whenever I know that I'm going to be recording the haircut. However, Manny said he wanted number 2 on the top and a bald fade like he used to get when he was younger. We actually did the bald fade. After I detailed it, I came in and put a little hard part in his hair, so it was pretty dope. But anyways, I went on top with that number 2. As you can see, I'm still messing with the camera a little bit, which is taking some of my time. But then I come in with a number 1 open, and I'll take that number 1 open up, floating it off the parietal ridge, and then I'll close that number 1 and just I'm doing the fade down technique. For me, this just works faster. I can go through haircuts a lot quicker with this method, and if you don't know it, I'm telling you, if you can take the time to learn it, to master it, it'll help you out. Once again, I'm not going to show you the detail portion of the haircut, but you'll see the cut looks acceptable just in the 20 minutes that I show you. But basically, I wanted to show you that it is possible to do a haircut in less than 30 minutes. That's color enhancement and everything. And you know, this is regular speed right now. I'm moving a little quicker, however, not as quick as I can, simply because we don't want to scare the mess out of our customers. So like, even moving this quick right here, sometimes I feel like, let me slow down just a little bit, because I don't want the customer thinking that, you know, that basically I'm just rushing through their haircut. But what I like to do is I like to, you know, move at a medium pace. You know, that way I can knock everything out really quick in my 20-minute window, and then I come in and do the detail work. So once again, we're doing the 1 open, floating that into the parietal ridge area, and then I'll just close it, coming back up with that. Now, I will say in this video, whenever I'm cutting hair, I like to have the guards laid out that I'm going to use. That makes it a lot quicker. If I'm going to use, say, as you see, I did the number 2 on top with the JRL 2020 clipper. So I had the number 2 on there, but I already had a number 1 on my wall senior. That way I don't have to worry about switching guards. I already have everything laid out for the haircut, and I can, you know, go ahead and just do what I got to do. I do have to switch the guards out when it comes to taking it off and doing the half guard and stuff like that. But I'm going to jump right into an open blade, and I'm just going to kind of float into that 1 closed. It's going to, you know, leave some lines there, but I'll come back in with a half guard and tie it all together. However, like I said, I wasn't fully prepared because I totally forgot to put a new blade in my you know what I'm talking about, in my razor holder for my straight razor. So anyways, that did take a you know, a minute to do that. But between, you know, the whole changing the blade out and adjusting the camera, looking over at the camera, I'd say that took another minute or 2 off of my time. But it is possible to do a full haircut, you know, a clean haircut, really in less than 20 minutes. The best time that I have as far as my record and what it was a number 2 on top, mid to low bald fade, and I did a blade fade. So back in the day, we wouldn't use the shaver like we do now. We would use a straight razor on the whole bottom. So I straight razored, bald the bottom, and did the straight razor on the lineup, and I did it in less, it was like right at 7 minutes. That's my best speed for a blade fade. But anyways, so as you can see, like I said, go on medium speed. I'm not in a competition or anything, so I'm not, going full speed. But just showing you there again that it's possible to knock out the bulk of a haircut in 20 minutes and then spend the last 10 minutes detailing. Once again, I'm not gonna show you all the detail work simply because I didn't want this video to be 25 minutes long, but you'll see that it's a really clean cut. And then, as you know, I like to go in and either I use like my detailing clippers, or I like to use just shear over comb, hitting at a few spots that I need to clean up. But this is what it looks like. I mean, in the shop, whenever we're cutting hair and we have a 30-minute slot and they want color enhancement and the bald fade and all that stuff, we're just kind of moving at a medium pace, doing what we need to do to lay a good foundation, and then we take that last 10 minutes of that 30-minute appointment slot and we detail it. Like I said, I finished this whole cut with detailing and everything in 25 minutes. However, if I had an extra 5 minutes, we'll just take it to the whole next level. And what I like to do is, if I have a 30-minute haircut spot, then I want to use that full 30 minutes so the customer feels like they're getting my full service. And of course, we'll be conversating and things like that in the process. But whenever I'm talking, whenever I was younger, I used to have a real bad problem of turning the clipper off when I'm cutting hair if I'm talking to someone. So every time we would talk, I'd turn the clipper off and just stand there and talk. Obviously, you don't make money that way. So I've learned to have conversations, and cut. If they're trying to look back at me and things like that, I try to cut the spot. If their head's turned, I try to cut it wherever I can. Or sometimes I'll say, hey, I need you to look forward, or I just, the hand that's resting on top of their head, I'll kind of guide their head where I want it to be with my hand. So if they keep looking back, I'll kind of turn it back in the direction I need them to be. And they kind of get the drift, but anyways, so now that I went ahead and did, the open blade to the closed blade, then I come in with the half guard and just tap at little spots, trying to blend that together. There again, not trying to be perfect with it, just trying to lay a good foundation for a blend so that I can come in and do the detail work. Most of y'all don't get to see the full process simply because we do a lot of cutting and editing to make the videos, around 15-16 minutes, which is what the YouTube algorithm says is best. And there again, we have to edit out all the times we adjust the camera and set the focus and everything like that. So right there, I just grabbed the camera and I adjusted it. Usually I would reach over and I would lock my focus on my camera so that way it's focused on the hair instead of trying to focus on my hand and stuff like that, which is a quick YouTube tip for all the YouTube barbers out there that always ask, man, how do you not get your camera to like go in and out whenever your hand is in front of the camera like it is now? And that's simply because I reach over, and on my lens, usually on cameras or on lens, you have an automatic focus and you have a manual focus. And obviously autofocus, which is on right now, it's going to grab focus on anything that I have selected. Right now I have Manny's head in the frame, but when my hand is in it, or say my elbow is in it, then it'll try to grab my arm more, or like right now, than Manny's head. So what I'll do is make sure it's locked on the head and in focus, and then I flip the switch over to manual focus while I'm cutting, so that way it doesn't, you know, keep going in and out and trying to find focus. When I turn the chair and do the back of the head, I focus on the head, then I, you know, put it back in manual focus so it's locked in. So every time I turn the chair, I have to, you know, flip the automatic back on so that it will focus on the head, and then I flip the manual focus back on so it stops, you know, searching, and it's locked on the where I had the autofocus. So I hope that makes sense. But anyways, yeah, so I went in with the there again, a number 2 on top, one open towards a parietal ridge, one closed below that, and then I took off, you know, the guard and did the blade open and worked my way, you know, I closed it every little bit until it was bald, and then I went ahead and put my half guard on and tied the open blade to the closed one. And there again, it ain't perfect yet, but that's, y'all know my process. Lay a good foundation, come back in and clean it up in the last 10 minutes. Because once you got a good foundation, you know, then you're gravy. And what you'll see right now, we're at 11 minutes. So we're basically done with the haircut almost, and we've only taken 11 minutes. Now I'm going in and balding it out. You know, some people just bald out with the trimmer. Some people only want you to bald out with a trimmer and not with a shaver. If that was the case, man, we're almost done besides lining up the edge. But there again, I'm going to use the shaver, and I'm going to throw some color enhancement after I line up the front, hit them with the razor on the edge and all that good stuff. So, and there again, you see some little waves and little, you know, patches or whatever. I'm not trying for it to be perfect, but you'll see whenever I'm basically finishing, besides my detail work, this would be a cut that passes. So if I'm running out of time, you know, the cut still looks good as far as people would say, you know, that's a good cut or whatever. But if I can get done in my 20-minute window, then I have the rest of the 10 minutes, man, just to detail and make it, you know, extra sharp, you know, give it the best blend I can possibly give. So this is there again, just to show you that, man, you can lay a good foundation and knock out a good haircut in 20 minutes or less. And then if you want to take it to the next level, go ahead and you know, take that little extra time just to do more detail work and all that good stuff. If you were watching in the beginning when I did the number 2 on the top, that took a lot of the time, just doing the number 2. And the reason being, anytime I do a guard on top, whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, I like to go over the top a lot, like from different angles and everything else, because one of my pet peeves are having little hairs poking up everywhere, and that's very easy to do when you're just trying to rush to a cut. So take that extra time and go over the top as much as possible, and you know, make sure it's clean up top, no little hairs poking out. So right here, I went ahead and sped it up just a little bit so we can move through the edge process. Many of you guys have seen that. It doesn't change the time of the haircut because we started at 3:21, and at the end you'll see what time we finish. I actually, once we get done, I think it took 21 minutes to do everything that I needed to do, and that's with you know, loading my straight razor with a new blade. That's with messing with the camera to make sure it's focused. That's even with throwing on some color enhancement. So there again, let's say without the camera, without all that stuff, we would have been at 20 minutes, and the whole haircut would have been done except for me coming in and just doing a little bit detail work to take it to the next level. So throwing in that no drip on there, you know, making sure that we got a nice line up. Now I had to, you know, take out the old razor and put a new razor in. But anyways, coming in, just hitting the vertical bars first, and then if I want to lean them back, I can lean them back. Usually I don't lean people back, honestly. I just come down with a straight razor, unless it's really dark and thick and you got to go against the grain, then I do that. So, and then if I see any little spot that I need to touch up, you know, make sure we got every little hair so it's as sharp and crisp as possible, then we do that. As you can see, the fade ain't looking bad. It ain't looking bad. I mean, there's still some things that we need to touch up, but I'm going to come in and do the shaver on the bottom. There again, this was a fade down technique. So 2 on top, 1 open into the 2. We closed the number 1 and we did that close 1 into the 1 open. And then we took off that, you know, guard, and we just had open blade, and I faded down from the open blade. But then I just come in with that half guard and just kind of tie it together. Anyways, there again, still is not a perfect haircut. We're laying a foundation, but just going ahead and going through with the shaver and knocking that out. Now, after I sprayed the hair color on there, I stopped the speed up on there. So this is regular speed with the shaver. And as you can see, because I did most of my work with the clipper and the trimmer, I just went around the whole head with the shaver in less than a minute. So, I mean, you can move quick, man. Some people are like, it takes me about 5 minutes just to shave the bottom of the head. It shouldn't, you know, you can move pretty quick. And anyway, so now that I got that shaver done, you know, I see any little hairs I missed, I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure I go up against it really good to make it nice and clean. But now that we're done, I'll go ahead and grab my clippers again and just you know, do some more touch-up work. And then off camera, like I said, when I do my detail work, I'll go ahead, and this is still some detail work. It's not the kind of focused detail work I like to do. This is more just making sure that our foundation looks really clean with the clipper. And then I'll come in with, you know, my either my detailing clipper, which is usually my JRL 1000s, or like my Gamma Ergos, which I like fading with the Ergos as well. I mean, they do a great job, but for me, I'm just so used to fading with my seniors that if I know that I need to move a little quicker, those are my go-tos. I've just been cutting with them for years, you know, but you got to find out what works best for you, what you can flow with quicker. But just coming in, doing, you know, there again, just kind of getting that foundation looking as beautiful as possible. And then, you know, like I said, the last 5-10 minutes of that haircut, man, just go ahead and you know, do that detail work. That's when you focus with your detail clipper or with your shear over comb. You just fine tune it, man. You look at every little line, you look at every little spot and every little shadow, and you just start working on those to get that blend looking beautiful. So we're almost done here with this haircut, and I just figured, you know what, maybe we'll start a little challenge, just because I've seen on Instagram a little while back people saying, you know, 15-minute haircuts, 20-minute haircuts, you know, and people are like, there's no way that you can do it, you know. And there again, it is possible. I'm not moving as fast as I can, but if you're in a rush, man, and you're really trying to move fast and your customer's okay with it, you can finish a whole cut. I mean, I'm talking about shaving it with, you know, hitting the razor and putting color enhancement on in 15 minutes and still have a nice, decent fade. So this fade looking pretty decent, you know. There again, not perfect, not to my standard, but it's a great foundation. You can see right above his ear there's that dark shadow in that little spot there that I'll come back in whenever I'm detailing it and hit it up. But yeah, that's pretty much how I lay a foundation of a haircut in 20 minutes or less. And that's even extra there again with the color enhancement and everything, and the straight razor already on the edge. That's less than 20 minutes. So at the end of the whole deal, with me cleaning off his neck and doing all this stuff, you know, we're already at I think it's going to be 21 minutes. And there again, knock off the camera. Yeah, so 3:42, that's 21 minutes. But anyways, hey, God bless you guys. I hope you got something out of this video. I hope it stretched you. If you're not following me on Instagram, do that at S.Craft_blends. And until next time, God bless you guys. I'm out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Peace.